today I'm going to show you how to pipe the Teesbrook Audrey. It's part of the Collarette Dahlia range. Now for this we're going to need a 125, which is this nozzle. It has a fat end and a short end. We're going to need a GG Cakecraft 101, which is a thin nozzle. One end is quite shorter than the other, as you can see. That's the shorter end. And what I've done with this buttercream is I've run some purple buttercream up the centre, up the side of the bag there, and I've run some green up the side there. You can use a Wilton 101. Then I have a 2A round nozzle, and then I have a number 2 round nozzle. The colours I've used are Pro Gel Olive Green and Pro Gel Purple. Always use a gel paste due to the fact that it's much better than supermarket stuff. Otherwise, the supermarket food colourings will change the consistency of your buttercream. I've also used the Colour Mill White and a Sugar Flair Egyptian Orange. Now, with the Egyptian Orange, I've gone and actually put a little bit of brown into this to make it a bit more of a rust looking colour. Well, firstly, we take our cupcake, which is frozen and flat iced. And we're going to mark the cupcake with a cocktail stick down the centre and then across. So you've got a cross, and then we're going to go diagonally and diagonally again. And that's going to give you a guide for your petals, because the Dahlia has 8 petals. Now we're going to take our 125. Make sure you tighten your bag and your nozzles clean. Now always have some wipes to hand to keep your nozzles clean. It doesn't have to be wipes. You can use kitchen towel or even a damp clean J cloth. Now we're going to get our cupcake and we're going to do a teardrop shape. We're going to start here and do a teardrop like so. And then we're going to do one next to it, there, like so, until you've gone, all these lines are covered. So they're there to give you a guide for the amount of petals you've got. And again there, and again there. And always stop and tighten your bag, because this improves the flow of buttercream. Always start with the fat end down. Just a bit too much on the end of there. Just wipe that off. So yes, the fat end down towards the cupcake. And one there. And another one in that gap. So there you go. There's your 8 petals. I'll just tap that down a little bit. Now, what I've done, I've got a little piping tip here. This is just one I found in my box. It's a 116. Basically, this circle, we're going to centre it and put a little mark there. So as you can see on the cupcake, we've got a little mark what I've centred. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take our GG Cakecraft 101 or a 101 Wilton, if you haven't got the GG Cakecraft. You just need a small petal tip. Now the longer end, we're going to start on this line here, or just below the line. And we're just going to tilt this longer edge upwards slightly. As you can see. I'll try and angle it so you can see. And we're going to do some small petals coming round on that circle. And you can do some long ones. And another little small one. One next to it. And another one. Oh, it's pulling. See, as a tip, it gets covered in buttercream. So it's always handy to have a wipe to keep it wiped, because it does pull the petals off, as you can see there. That was an example. tighten our bag. And we'll go over that one. That's it. And we'll do another one there. One there. You need just petals going all the way around. It will more or less flow out itself. So if you give it a gentle squeeze and then down again. And there to cover that gap. Gentle squeezing down. Gentle squeezing down. Now stop, wipe our tip, tighten the bag. Now there's some little gaps here, so now I'm going to angle this upwards a little more so the petals stand up, and in there I'm just going to add a few more so it looks like the petals are actually stood up. As you can see, because I've angled the piping tip upwards like so, it's give a lift on the petals. There we go. Let's go around, just filling in any gaps really. You can add as many as you want or as little as you want. It's entirely up to you. There we go. Now, as we've got this little circle here in the middle, we're going to take our number 2 and we're going to pipe some little balls like so, all the way inside along the edge, like that. And we're going to take our 2A, should have done this first actually, and just squidge a little blob in the middle. That's not wanting to come out. Oops. In you go. That's it. Just tap it down a little bit. That's why I wear gloves, because it's a bit more hygienic if you, especially if you're piping a customer's. We've got little blobs on here now, like this, all the way around. You can just see a bit of the green peeping through. Like so. And then we're going to put some little stamens coming off the edges. So make sure you've got your bag tight, because then that controls. Oops, I've just knocked one of my petals. You pipe these little stamens around. Like so. These are more or less like the little seeds that are in the centre, and as you can see, just give quite a nice effect to the flower. It gives it a bit more realism, if you like. And put some. You will find that this flower has more detail around the edge of this green middle. And there you go. You've now, that will probably be plenty in there. I've gone knocked all my petals. If you've got a little cocktail stick to hand, I actually don't want to touch this. That will eventually, they crust. You can lift your petals a little bit if you want to. Give them a bit of a lift. I tend to do that. Just lift them up a bit so they don't look as flat. And there we go. There we have the Teesbrook Audrey. Thank you for watching.